So you're still in the court of Brissett starting week 1.
I think so.
Even if Drake May completely outplays him. Aaron Rodgers talks about it. He doesn't really say he gained anything by sitting on the bench.
So we're back, another episode of the Dan and Ninko Show, episode 130.
130.
And this was an aggravating episode to get to. This was an aggravating episode. It's
raining.
It's raining, okay? It's
People
raining.
know how to drive in the rain.
People do not know how to drive in the rain.
No.
We got a bunch of stuff we're going to talk about today. Schedule, Celtics, shitty Bruins, underperforming yet again.
Red Sox in the hunt still?
Red Sox.
Still in the hunt?
Yeah, you can fill me in on that. Patriots schedule, we already talked about that. Drake May, my man Mayo, shitty drivers. Okay, let's go into shitty drivers real quick. Shitty drivers. Top 10, I'll go 5. Top 5 things that shitty drivers do that aggravate me, okay? And on the way here, number 1 thing for me, highway driving, left lane. Why are you doing 65 in the 65? You move over.
You know, in some states you can't even stay in there, even if you're driving fast.
You should get a ticket for driving in that lane. If you are not
it's
going,
like Florida.
You're supposed to be in speed lane. If you're in the left lane, you're going fast. If you want to just chill and go slow.
And if somebody comes up behind you and on you, you go over.
They stay there.
You go to the right, and
it's
let
ridiculous.
The person go.
All right, number 2, stopped at a red light. Okay, you're stopped at a red light. You're trying to take a right. The car in front of you doesn't move up to give you the space. Stopped at a red light. You're
like
taking
that car is going straight.
That car is going straight.
Yeah.
It's maybe 2 lanes or 3 lanes. That car in front of you stops right there. Doesn't let you take the right.
Yeah.
Aggravating. Beep, beep. Move your ass.
Yeah.
Right? And then you beep and it's an old lady like, ah, and she doesn't move. Aggravating.
I'll give you that one.
Okay.
I don't really think about that one, though, but
that one's all right. Another scenario. 3rd issue I have. You're driving and somebody is taking a right into, say the store, say you're on Route 1, right? And there's a guy taking a right. They start to slow down to take that right-hand turn.
In the lane?
In the lane.
As opposed to like going off to the side.
As opposed to getting and giving you space so you don't have to slow down and slam on your brakes and you look behind you and hope nobody's going to rear-end your ass.
Yeah. That's like a Massachusetts one, though.
Oh, does that bother me?
Yeah.
That one really pisses me off. Get over. I try to be nice. When I'm taking that right and I know there's people behind me, I try to get over as far as I can to let them just pass and have no issues.
Yeah. It's like courtesy.
Yeah. Courtesy, right? Yeah. What's another one? You got anyone?
Rotaries are always tough for me.
I don't like
people don't know how to deal with
when
it.
I first moved here, the rotaries.
It's very simple.
Very annoying.
You know, you go in, you got to yield. Anybody in the rotary has the right of way, and then once they pass, there's nobody in. Then you can go. But when you're in, if you're going, the person like coming in the rotary can't go in if you're going. So
I thought it was supposed to be when 2 people come. This is the rule. Isn't this the rule from driver's ed? If you approach a stop sign at the same time, the person to the right has the right of way.
So in a rotary, anybody entering the rotary has to yield to somebody in the rotary already.
That's moving.
Yeah, it's moving.
The rotary kind of gets me because I'm from the Midwest. There is no rotaries in the Midwest.
That's like a New England thing. They were called roundabouts in England.
Yeah. Another issue that I have, merging from the highway. You know how you have the merge into the highway? This happened to me the other day. There was a car in the 3rd lane, and I'm merging. I'm in my grandpa's truck, so it's not very fast. Like the thing's pinned, smashed down. And there was a lady right there, was basically not speeding up or slowing down. We were coming in at the same time. Speed. And you either got to go, or you got to back. You got to back off so you can merge. It's one or the other. So I rolled it down and I honked, and she looked at me scared. Get over, lady. I said, get over.
I don't like when you let somebody in, like, you know, you're taking a left turn. There's just somebody there waiting, and you're like, all right, go. And like you just have to sit there and go, and they're like not moving, and it's like go.
I give you one. I give you one hand.
Yeah.
I give you one hand. If you don't do it, see you later.
Yeah.
I want you to wait.
4-way stops too really get to me. Like nobody understands like a 4-way stop. The person that goes is the first one that's there.
Of course.
But nobody gets that.
What if everyone gets there at the same time? Who is it? Guy to the right.
Yeah, got it right. Yeah.
I think so. All right. So Patriots season schedule was released. You guys enjoying the show? There's a few ways that you can support the Dan and Ninko Show. First being subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Or you can become a super fan. Go to danandninko.com. First month is 50% off, so it's only $5 to subscribe. That gives you an exclusive chat with Ninko and I on Discord, access to exclusive content, 15% off our brand new merch store, which has some really cool stuff in it, our members only merch, and you get notified when we have special guests on the show.
And
they are not favored in a single game.
They're not favored in one game from Vegas, that doesn't make sense. I mean, you're not favored in Seattle?
They're predicted to have the worst record in the NFL.
Wow. I don't like that.
Like 3 wins.
All right, let's go through this. I'm thinking September 8th. Let's go through the schedule. You tell me what you think. I think September 8th is a win.
Oh, no.
Yes, I think it's a win.
No, that's a loss.
Joe Burrow's coming off an injury. His wrist might not work the same. What if it's a little sticky? What if it doesn't have that same zip?
But who's the quarterback for the Patriots? Like, this is the problem with this. Like, you don't even know.
Jacoby.
Could it
the
be
defense is going to be really good.
Is it going to be Jacoby, though?
Who is it going to be?
Drake Maye?
No. I said, everyone, please have patience.
But
please.
You don't think, though?
So you're telling me September 8th is not a winnable game? I think it is a winnable game defensively, offensively. I think that's a winnable game. So, okay. No. Yes, the Bengals are a good football team. What about, okay, you go Bengals. I'm going 1-0.
I'm going 0-1.
Okay. September 15th, Seattle. That's a winnable game.
Red's home, right?
Red's home.
Yeah, that's a winnable game.
That's a winnable game.
Yeah, if they were in Seattle, I'd say it's a losing game.
So, home game, I'm going 2-0.
1-1.
Okay, 1-1.
Jets away.
I'm going to say they lose that game.
That's a loss.
It's a loss. September 19th. Yeah. It's on the road.
1-2.
1-2. Or 2-1. I'm 2-1.
Yeah.
49ers.
Loss.
And it's away.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go loss.
I'm 1-3.
So they're 2-2.
Yeah.
2-2. October 6th at home.
Kind of get screwed with that. Like, you want that game late in the season, right?
Yeah.
Still warm enough there.
It is gonna be like probably a glorious October 6th day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that the Patriots against Miami at home on October 6th, the defense, like I said, they're gonna have to rely on their defense. Offensively, I'm not like 100%. Oh, this is going to be the worst offense in the league. I'm not. I think they're going to be okay
with Jacoby Brissett.
They're going to have a great backfield. They're going to have a good running back. Yes, they are. They're going to have a good backfield. You don't think they're going to have a good backfield?
They're going to have a better backfield last year than this year.
I know, but I didn't think that their backfield was terrible last year. I think they had absolutely no identity.
But you only have Ramondre Stevenson's like your only running back.
No, I think.
You have Gibson, but he's more of like a passing back.
Yeah, so you got Stevens, you got Gibson, you got like a 1-2, you got a catch and run guy. You're gonna have to use the back out of the backfield.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to in catch and run situations. Think they're gonna be fine, okay, everybody. So I think they win against Miami at home October 6th. Okay, that's 3-2.
Yeah, I got a win there, but I'm at 2-3. And then they got the Texans at home.
Texans at home, I think that's going to be a tough one.
That's a loss.
So they're 3-3.
I got them at 2-4.
That's 3-3. October 20th
in London.
Is London?
Yep, against the Jaguars. Are
you
going?
I don't know yet. Maybe I can jump on the team plane. October 20th is in London.
Why would you want to go on the team plane? You gotta sit.
October 20th is in London.
You'd be like
against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
That's a winnable game, though.
That's a winnable game.
Yeah.
Especially on the road.
I would take a win in that game.
Like in London, what's that?
That's a win. Jaguars
I'm gonna go win.
Jaguars are not good.
I'm going win.
They're not that good.
I'm going win.
I got win 3-4. I think for me.
So I'm 4-3.
Yep.
There's your 4 wins.
Well, they're predicted to have 3.
I know. So there's 4. Okay.
Then they got at home.
You got the
Jets at home. I take a win. That's a win there.
I think the Jets are going to be really tough. If Aaron Rodgers stays healthy, that's going to be tough.
But they no matter who's at quarterback, it's gonna be a tough game. That's why I just split the Jets, and the Jets will win at home. Patriots will win at home. So you going win or loss? I'm going win. So I'm at 4-4. Yeah, 4-4.
I feel like they're going to lose to the Jets twice.
All right.
That's a loss. Okay.
Titans away. That's a winnable
game. They're going to win that game.
I go 5-4.
I'm 5-4 right there. The Bears is a winnable game.
Yeah, it's a winnable game. Away, but it's a winnable game.
It's a winnable game. I'm not saying that.
You take the defense versus a rookie
what are the
quarterback.
Bears? What are the Bears?
Yeah, that's a winnable game.
It's a winnable game.
6-5.
I'm going win. Okay.
Rams at home.
Rams at home. I think they lose to the Rams.
I think it's a winnable game too.
It's a winnable game, but I think they lose to the Rams.
I got a win on that one.
So what is that? That's 6-6. So
I'm 7-5.
That's 7-5. I'm 6-6.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think a Dolphins.
Dolphins
that's
away.
A loss.
I think that's a loss.
Yeah.
So
7-6.
That's 7-6. Colts is a winnable game.
Yeah. Yeah.
At home.
That's a win at home.
They're gonna win that game.
I got 8 wins.
So they're 7-7. Hit the bye week.
Yeah. Then you got Cardinals in Arizona, which I think is a win. Oh, a winnable game.
It's. I think they're gonna lose that one on the road. So December they play the Cardinals. I'll go. So they're 7-7 right now. I'll go win because I feel like the Cardinals are definitely beatable, and I'm optimistic.
Yeah.
Who's saying they're going to lose every game? It's ridiculous. All right. So 7-7, 8-7, December 22nd, Buffalo.
Loss.
What's a Buffalo? That's a loss. So
then at home against the Chargers, I got loss. And then
loss.
At home,
so I think
loss.
they're going to lose the last 3 games.
Yeah, like 8 wins.
So I got an 8 win.
Which actually sucks if you win 8. You'd be better off winning 3 games than 8.
Yeah, I know, because in draft pick wise,
because like you're not in the playoff on an 8 wins. Not in the AFC. You have to have like 10 wins. But here's the thing though, is that if you're basing all of this off Jacoby Brissett, which I was, if Drake May comes out of the gates and is better, and maybe comes in and say like October, maybe pick up a couple more wins. I mean, the thing is that the defense is going to keep him in almost every game, right?
The defense is going to keep him alive for the majority of it. So when I look at Seattle, Jacksonville, Tennessee, Chicago, Indianapolis, Arizona, those 6 games to me are all very winnable.
Yeah.
Very, like, it's...
You could easily split your divisional games, right?
That's what I'm saying. So if you take care of those 6 teams that you are...
Yeah. And then you win 3 in the division, that's 9 wins. You're probably have a chance at the playoffs then.
But I'm going to go back to what I was saying about being patient. This schedule is not an easy schedule. It's a very tough schedule. You have a first-year quarterback. If you go Cincinnati, you go Seattle, you play the Jets, then you play the 49ers. Everybody can't be like, oh my God, bench Jacoby, put in the kid. Because when are you going to put in the kid? Okay, you put him in, say like what I talked about before, October, you put the kid in. You're going to put him in against the Dolphins, the Texans that have a great defense or have an up-and-coming defense, in London against the Jaguars, and then the Jets.
What's the
point? That's a terrible situation.
What's the point though of keeping him on the bench?
You're saying just put him out there. You're just saying
everybody points to 3 quarterbacks, right? That like, oh, they're on the bench. Look what they did, right? They point to Patrick Mahomes that was on the bench, but people forget
Aaron Rodgers.
But Patrick Mahomes, though, right? You had Alex Smith, who was a Pro Bowler there, Aaron Rodgers sat on the bench, but you had Brett Favre, Hall of Famer, that was there. Yeah. And then they now appointed Jordan Love, but you had Aaron Rodgers. So, like, did they actually gain anything from sitting on the bench? Like, Aaron Rodgers talks about, he doesn't really say he gained anything by sitting on the bench.
Just he missed out on years to dominate.
Yeah. I mean, that's what he missed out on. But, like, my thing is, if you sit on the bench for a year, right, and you go in the second year, isn't the speed of the game still too fast for you because you don't have any experience in the game?
I think it's understanding the playbook, some situation.
Yeah, if you understand the playbook,
the feel of the offseason, the feel, which we'll talk about that. They want to just absolutely do away with the offseason. No OTAs, no mini camp. Come in June.
I think it's July, isn't it?
No, it's June. They said a longer training camp. Come in the end of June. And then all of July, then going to see. That is the dumbest thing that I've ever heard.
That's going to be more injuries, though.
Of course it's going to be more injuries.
It's better to kind of stretch it out.
You know, there's guys talking about, well, you get in shape to get out of shape to get back in shape.
Yeah.
What about getting in shape and staying in shape? Yeah. Isn't that your professional job?
But that's
to
less
make sure
injuries,
that you stay in shape from the time that you leave in mandatory camp, have a month off. I mean, I think about that July time that we would go on vacation, my family. I would be running and doing like sprints and hill work and all that stuff on vacation to make sure that I stayed in shape. Isn't that your responsibility if you're making millions of dollars?
Yeah.
To stay in shape? How hard is that? If that rule was if they were to change stuff and change that scheduling, that would help guys like me. I'd be like, all right, you guys all get out of shape, come in, blow your ACL out. I'll be ready when my opportunity comes up. It doesn't make sense to me because how do you install, if you're a new coach, if you're Gerard, how do you install a defense? How do you install offense when you have no offseason?
Yeah.
Like no offseason. And then what about like workout bonuses, building some type of team chemistry? You do that in the offseason.
Well, the thing is, you can't work. You got to work out with the guys you're with, right? Like, you know, as a quarterback, you got to work out with the receivers. You got to understand what you're going to be.
Good defenses have great communication.
Yeah,
you have to be on the same page. If you mess up a call and you're on look, you could have a 2-3 call or a call that has to be made on the fly. If you can't communicate, you're dead in the water. You're dead in the water. So I think that's a terrible idea, and it's not going to pass. If it passes, it'll be so stupid. Just like the hip drop tackle, just like all the stupid shit.
Well, I think it's going to pass, and then very shortly after that will be 18 regular season games.
Just as dumb as taking away criminalizing theft. That's the dumbest thing you've ever heard. Oh yeah, okay. It's, you know, if they break and enter, they're just looking for a warm place to stay.
If you look at that though, like a lot of the cities that have done that are now regretting it because crime is through the fucking roof.
Of course. Hey, let me get my flip phone that I got for free. Hey, yeah, come to Massachusetts. You can just steal shit and then get away with it. Come on, like that doesn't even make sense.
As long as it's under $250.
What?
As long as it's under $250 at a time.
That doesn't make sense. It makes no sense. How does that make sense? Isn't there just a common sense thing that we all need to have?
There's no common sense anymore.
Don't we just need to have common sense on anything, everything?
There's no common sense. There's no common sense to come up with anything. Any of this stuff.
Anyway, get me going.
But the thing is, back to if you're going to shorten, you know, if you get rid of OTAs and you're just going to have training camp that way, what's going to happen too if you only have 2 preseason games and 18 regular season games?
Yeah, you're going to have a ton of guys with soft tissue injuries, ACLs, Achilles, quad tendons, pecs.
Yeah, but doesn't that mean the starters are going to basically not work out till June? They're going to work out. They're not going to play in any preseason games, really, right? Because if there's only 2 preseason games, how much are you actually going to play? And then you have to go right to the regular season.
This whole thing, everything that's going on right now to me feels so weird.
Yeah.
You're going to have Guardian caps on dudes out there with no logos.
I saw they're going to cut the logos out of the sides.
They're going to cut out where the logos are?
Yeah.
Is that what they really said?
That's what I thought I read.
Oh, my.
Either that or they're talking about, like, putting the logo on the cap.
Like embroidered?
Yeah.
The cloth?
Like a patch.
Oh, my gosh. Guardian caps flying off.
What's the over-under? How many guys are going to be wearing Guardian caps during games this year? at the start of the season.
They're pretty. They add some weight to you. They're not
gotta.
light.
You look like a cone head.
You look like a peewee football player. You know, like
No,
the first year kid that plays in their head.
You don't remember the video game like Blitz or whatever?
Yeah. It was like the spinoff from NBA Jam.
Yeah.
It was like
they all had big heads.
Backyard football or something or
something like that. But they all had like the bigger heads.
NFL Blitz.
It
was actually an awesome game.
Yeah.
It was like you played in the
you could like drop kick somebody.
Yeah, you were like in the backyard, like playing in a school pickup.
Yeah. But that's what it looks like, where the heads are bigger than the bodies.
Yeah. Well, I don't think a lot of guys will use them. I really don't.
I can't imagine you use them. They don't even want to use them in training camp, right?
They don't really test. They don't know how they would work in a game situation anyway. You're not tackling in practice.
But that's my thing is they talk about, they're like, well, it's reduced concussions in practice. But if you're not hitting in practice.
That's why there's reduced concussions.
Yeah. It's not because of the caps.
Obvious.
Right?
Like if you're a receiver, I don't know if you remember back in like the 80s, they had those, I think it was one of the 49ers players, like D Lyman. He had like, they put like the shell on top of the helmet. You don't remember that? It was basically like if you had head issues and you got hit in the head and you got knocked out a lot, they would put like a shell over the top of your helmet.
No.
Do you remember that?
I don't remember it, but I know what you're talking about, though.
I can't remember which player it was, though. 49ers player with extra cap on helmet. No, that's not it. See? Everything's screwing up now. Oh, right here. Okay. This would be... Look at that Buffalo Bills guy back in the day.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
You remember those? It was basically like a shell that went on top.
Yeah, that's right there, DJ, that one.
That one.
Yeah, what the hell is that going to do?
I don't know. I mean, I just remember as a kid looking at it and being like, wow, that looks really silly.
Construct a styrofoam pad.
Mark Kelso.
Yeah, the styrofoam pad that was under that.
Is that what it was? Styrofoam?
Yeah.
Well, maybe bring back the extra shell on top of the helmet. Bring it back.
My thing is that you're not really gonna prevent concussions. The only way to prevent concussions is not to tackle.
Well, first of all, when you hit your head on the ground, that's what causes the most damage.
Yeah. Well, I think you could. Don't you think that instead of having guardian caps, if you just put grass on all the fields, it would prevent less concussions?
Oh, 100%. But that's not business. That doesn't help the stadiums and business and have monster trucks and supercross and stadiums.
That would, though, wouldn't it? Where you have some give with the grass?
Yeah, 100%. Grass is way, way, way softer because underneath the turf is usually just gravel or
cement.
The cement. So I went to the rodeo. Brunt Workwear had me come out to the rodeo down in Texas. I tell you what, I felt real cowboy-like.
Did you ride the bull?
Hell no, I didn't ride a bull. Dude, those guys are nuts, man. Dude, bull riders have the biggest balls out there because first of all, they're not very big. They're like
they're small.
They're like jockeys, the 135 pounds. They're on this freaking massive thing, bull that's ready to kill you. I was talking to one of the riders and he's like, "Yeah, I'm out for a little bit.
Shattered my back."
No, he like lacerated his kidney or something. I'm like, "What?" Insane. And the actual guy that won the whole thing had broke his back like 2 weeks prior, was in a back brace.
Yeah.
Took the back brace off just for the rodeo because he was winning in points. Won the $1 million, which, I mean,
re-broke his back.
Probably. Would you break your back for $1 million?
No.
No. I don't think
would you?
No, I wouldn't break my back. Maybe 5. I'd do it for 5.
5.
With no damage to any of the movement.
Yeah, but I think, isn't that like a given that's going to happen?
No. You can break your back and not.
You can, but like, isn't.
Well, it wouldn't be like let me break your back and see what happens. It'd have to be like maybe a
Bane break your back,
very
like,
small fracture,
pick you up like Batman and just right over the knee.
I'm not doing the
like
back
WWF,
breaker. Dude. Those are like the
a back breaker.
What was the finisher where the guy would just hold you like this and drop on his knees?
The tombstone that was Undertaker.
Just freaking please don't break my neck.
Well, you could break your neck. You could break your back, just like kind of like flipping over your arms there. Could be anywhere.
Wrestlers.
Freaking crazy.
Wrestlers.
So
are we got the auctions up right now?
TJ's got it up.
TJ, you got the auction up? Okay. Trying to buy myself a SUV.
You see the reports out of camp about Drake Maye yesterday?
Did you see that no look pass?
Yeah, the video. You got that up? I sent it to you, TJ, on Instagram. It was pretty sick. That was like an Aaron Rodgers type throw.
The no look?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sick. You had fans just.
You don't think that?
You had super fans out there, freaking Fitzy, having to take a shower after this one. Look at that no look. Joe's Butcher and Bay is the official sponsor of the Dan and Ninko Show. Joe has been a creative butcher for over 20 years and is very passionate about his display and work. Located in Foxborough, Mass, about 5 minutes from the stadium, they offer custom cuts of choice, prime, high-quality meat and pork, along with several types of wild game meats, and a large variety of fresh seafood that arrives daily. Their company's core values are to provide the first-class product with a first-class service. They aspire to bring back that old-school neighborhood butcher shop where they know almost everyone who walks in. Find out more about Joe's Butcher and Bay by visiting www.joebutcherbay.biz or following them at Joe Butcher Bay. I wonder, I wish it should be like 5 yards out of bounds. You just can't see it.
The guy was actually on the sidelines.
Yeah,
he wasn't actually out.
The guy was out of the play. Wasn't even in the play.
Well, you don't think Mac Jones could do it?
No, not moving like that. The kid's freaking athletic, dude. He's moving. Kid's on the roll.
So they said he's cleaned up a ton of his footwork already.
Hey, dude, I'm telling you, the kid's freaking talented.
But here's the thing, though, is if he knows the playbook.
Tom? You see that picture of him and Tom?
Yeah, it looked weird.
But
Tom was with the other
mentorship
guys, though. Tom was with all the other guys, though,
he
too.
He was, yeah.
Tom looks weird.
I mean, he's rich. Rich people.
Look, that's like photoshopped. That was like they took Tom out of like a different commercial, put him next to Drake Maye. Doesn't it look photoshopped?
I mean, they don't. Every Instagram isn't everything that is put out there on social media touched up. They have somebody up there like airbrushing, except for me and my lazy eye.
But like, look, his left arm is so much longer than his right arm.
He's leaning that.
But why is he leaning into him though? I think that's photoshopped.
I don't think so. You think they're not even?
They're not there. They're like they're two different separate states.
No, I don't think so.
Tom looks like the your grandfather with like dementia. Like, just where am I?
No, he's
not even looking in the direction of the fucking camera.
He's probably with the group. Look, he's with the group.
But why is he looking the opposite direction?
What's behind them? Is that like that's a table. It looks like a
like a jacuzzi or something.
Yeah, it looked like a jacuzzi.
It's like a marble table.
Yeah, it's a marble.
But why is he looking the wrong direction though?
It's an action shot.
The no look pass from the no look photo.
They're sitting. They're probably mingling, and it was just like a hey, and then
it does show though how big Drake Maye is. Drake Maye is bigger than that.
Yeah, he's kind of bent over a little bit. Guy's 6'5". He's gonna be 240. A couple years, get him some Friday beers.
He'll be big.
Kid's gonna be 240. I swear. I mean, when you're 21, 22 years old, by the time you're 28, you're like.
But here's the thing, though, is with Drake Maye, right? If he knows the playbook, he's got the rapport with the receivers.
You're putting him out there. You're
starting week one?
Baptism by fire?
Yeah.
I'm not.
What if he severely outplays Brissett?
I don't necessarily
how do you hold him
love
back?
that.
But how do you hold him back, though?
I don't think you can hold him back. But I'm scared. I don't like the fact that you put him out there too soon. I want to make sure that the offensive line is good too. Like, what does the offensive line look like? You're not going to put him out there.
We seen if Strange might be out for like half the season.
He had a serious injury.
Yeah,
it's hard to come back from
Well, he tore like every ligament or something like that, right, in his knee.
I think he did something to his
your
quad or something. Like when you have that, you got to be able to get off and explode. And offensive lineman, you got to really be able to anchor down. So if you can't squat, there's no way you could be ready to play if you're not out there like actively squatting, actively getting yourself strong enough to anchor. So I mean, I definitely would. I wouldn't want to. We got Coors, banquet beers. We know these are highly sought after. Shouldn't have a beer right now because of the PRP injections in my head, but
why?
Because it like thins your blood out or something. I don't know.
How's your head feel?
It freaking hurts, man. It's very sore and painful to the
Why
touch.
don't you just get the full...
Oh, that's the van I want.
Yeah. You buy it.
It's a 2021. Is that the one that you bought for softball?
Yeah.
You selling it?
Yeah.
Oh. So what they do here, this is Dr. Leonard. I go to Matthew Lepresti, Leonard Hair Associates. So what they do is they take your blood, they spin your blood, take the plasma, it's like the good stuff, mix it in with something else.
Like Rogaine?
No, not Rogaine. It's called, I can't remember the name of it. But the painful part is when they numb you, this whole area is very sensitive.
Fucking swollen.
Yeah, I'm swollen. Yeah. It's very sensitive to needles, right? So when they stick a needle in your skull,
it hurts.
You feel it. So
even with it being numbed?
No, that's when they numb it.
Oh.
That's so painful while they're doing it. And then they go from here all the way around, and then they go in the center, and then they go in the crown. And then you only have probably like 5 minutes before it kind of starts to wear off. And it's supposed to last an hour, but mine doesn't. For some reason, I metabolize that shit really fast. So when they start to shoot...
That's right, because you woke up during your colonoscopy.
Yes, everything. I was up for the colonoscopy. I was up for my ACL.
They didn't put you out for that.
I wake up for everything.
They convinced you that the colonoscopy, you weren't supposed to go out.
Afterwards, he comes back like, we didn't even do anything. All right. Well, what'd you do to me then, doc? But so when they start putting the PRP in, it sounds like you can hear and feel like crunching. Like when they stick the needle, it's like, and you can hear it injecting in your skull. And then a couple times, like she zinged me here, and I felt it. I was like, ugh.
Zinged you?
Like you mean? Zinged, like I felt like it wasn't numb. It just hurt like hell when she hit me with the
Does
shot.
It actually work?
I don't know. I mean, I think it definitely works to keep what you have or prolong. So my dad hit me up. Captain Insano hit me up. See these shirts here? You Boys Burgers. I think I'm going to open up a burger joint. You Boys. But in 2024, people will be like, you can't name it that. Anyway.
Are you going to have a vegan option?
Vegan. And then it'd have to be like, no, you can't say that. Everybody burger? I don't know.
Burgers for all?
Burgers for all? But that's not like, my dad wants to be there like arms crossed, like you boys are going to eat this and throw the burger at you and just hit you in the face with a burger. Like be real rude.
That'd go well.
Yeah.
Open that one right up in Boston.
Work. Well, what kind of miles are on this thing?
6,000.
What are we asking for it?
Out of your price range.
It's out of my price range?
Guaranteed.
What's it? 150?
A little bit more.
175.
Yeah, right around there.
What are they new?
230. Got a bathroom.
Got a sleeper in there? Can you sleep or no?
Yeah. Got a bathroom. Microwave. Sink.
It's pretty sweet. You got it at auction?
No.
You didn't even use it.
Yeah, I did.
I still got 6,000 miles.
I know, but it's just because we have so many kids in travel sports, so it's like you got to go
just
separate anyway, so there's no point of having one.
Let me drive it for a little bit. I want a
diesel.
TRX, but
it's diesel.
Is it diesel?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, and it's diesel.
Dual rear wheel. 3,500.
I'm getting requests that we talk more about cars. We haven't talked about cars much.
Yeah.
You still got all the fun toys?
Yeah.
You sell any of the good stuff?
Not really.
Still got the Boss 302?
Yep. Cuda.
You still got the Cuda, the black Cuda. You never drive it, though.
I know.
Dude, you got fuel stabilizer in that sucker?
Yeah.
Thing's
It's in the warehouse.
Freaking.
You got all your stuff that you don't put any miles on?
I drive it. I turn it around. I just drove my grandpa's truck, put a full tank of gas through it.
Yeah.
For the last 3 days. Drove the shit out of it.
In the rain?
No, not the rain. It wasn't raining the last 2 days here.
Yeah. No, I still got all of them. My wife's got her Bel Air still. The 55.
55 Bel Air.
The teal and white.
You still got the
She drives that,
Nissan?
actually. GTR?
Yep. You still need the strut thing?
No, it's done.
You fixed it?
I love my Hummer.
The Hummer, sick.
Love my Hummer.
What about that white truck? You saw that white truck? Wasn't it a football player's?
Yeah, Chris Williams. 61. Yeah. No, 68. C10. What else I got? I got the 54 Bel Air, the gold one with the air.
Oh, yeah, the convertible. That's like a side to side.
I redid the whole interior.
Oh, you did the interior.
And the trunk and everything.
Super like.
Yeah. In black.
Button the top button, let the rest out.
Got the Riv.
Hey, man, you want a couple of tacos, man? Hey.
Got the Riv.
Riviera?
Yeah. The orange one with the gold.
Oh, yeah.
Metal flake roof.
That was air ride.
Yeah. You still have your Porsche?
Which one?
The GT3.
GT3? Nope. Nashville's got it.
You sold it?
Sold it back to him.
You buy your GT3 RS yet?
It's not in yet.
Oh, you're buying one, though?
At MSRP?
Are you actually buying an MSRP, though?
Yeah, I'm getting it at MSRP, but I don't know if I want to buy it. I'm nervous about it. I got to see it in person.
Paige hasn't taken away from you yet that like a power of attorney that you can't buy cars?
I haven't really lost that much money on cars. I lost more money on her cars and my everyday drivers than cars that
of course every day
actually like.
My wife still has her ESV Escalade, the silver.
I thought you had a V series.
Yeah, ESV.
Those have come down dramatically.
Not really.
All the over MSRP stuff.
Yeah, but they're at MSRP though.
Yeah, which people that paid over MSRP, cheers to you.
Didn't you pay over MSRP for something?
Mm-mm.
I thought you did.
Nope. No. Blackwing? No. People paid 30 to 50 over for a Blackwing. Now they're bent over a wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
Just getting, hey.
Well, it's the economy. It's the ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. What it'll always be. Look at Teslas. Teslas were so big for so long, and now they can't really give them away.
Yeah.
You know, they're
interest
struggling.
Rates don't help, though, when you go and you could have got something.
You know that manufacturers are already pulling back from EVs now?
They have to.
Yeah.
They have to. Like, how does you go and you buy an electric vehicle? Number one, your range is shit. So you can't.
I like my electric vehicle, but I use it the right way. Like, I only drive like 25 miles.
I think the only electric car that I would drive is that Hummer because it's pretty damn sick.
Yeah.
But you can't use it if you're going to drive beyond 150 miles. Like, if you actually have to drive 300 miles, you can't have an EV.
Yeah, like if I had to go to Maria's game that was 150 miles away, I'd just use my truck and go.
Yeah, you can't do the electric stuff if you're going to.
But like, if you're in town, 20 miles away,
if you have to drive 50 miles for work a day,
it's perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Drive to work.
Especially if you have somewhere to charge. Like a lot of businesses now have chargers. That
Unless it's Gillette Stadium.
They have them.
Yeah. And you get a mile an hour.
Shitty ones. Yeah. The shitty ones.
I was driving that Porsche. Me and Paige went to dinner. I plugged it in. 3 hours later, it gave me like 15 more miles.
It's because it's different.
Yeah, there was like barely any. It was like plugging it in.
Why do you plug in Porsche?
It was the
Taycan.
Taycan.
Why? You trying that out?
They let me drive it. Like they let me borrow it. Nashville Porsche was like, yeah, drive it for a day, see if you like it. I'm like,
you didn't like it?
No.
Why?
It's because it's fast, but it doesn't give you any thrills. Like, it's basically just hit it and it's like hit the gas. Okay, it's fast. There's no like whoop. There's no wheel spin. There's no like holy shit. Like, this thing's loud. There's no shifter.
What did Paige think of it?
She's like, this feels expensive. It is expensive. It's an expensive car.
You almost run out of battery?
I did.
Oh, really?
I did. Because, so I had a little bit of range anxiety. I drove back.
I could see that with you.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I drove back from Nashua.
Oh, my God.
Right?
You probably freaked out.
Get to the house. I think I had like 50-mile range left. No, I take that back. It was like 22 miles on the range. Go to dinner. We were going to go to Luciano's. Right next to Luciano's on Route 1, there was like 3 plug-in at a gas station. Go to plug it in. None of them are on. Like, they don't work.
Yeah, a lot of them don't work at most places.
They don't work.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, all right, well, shit. Let's not go to let's go to Patriot Place, and I know there's chargers there. So we go to Patriot Place. It was like 22 miles till empty. Get to Patriot Place, plug it in, go to dinner. It's like 11 o'clock. We sat there for a long time. Get back to the car. It was like 35 miles to empty. I'm like, this is ridiculous. If you actually had to drive somewhere.
Well, did you pay? Did you have an app?
What do you mean?
You need an app to charge cars. So
anything. No, it was like free. It was free.
At the lower levels.
It was a lower level. Yeah. It was like the ones
but the higher levels, you need to have an app.
Yeah.
So they're working. It's just you need to have the app.
When I went, so the next day to get it back to Nashua, I had to go to Norwood Porsche on Route 1.
Yeah.
And they have the fast charging system, right? So get this. The amount of energy and the amount of heat that the fast charger creates, first of all, they invested like, I want to say $5 million in just this charger.
Yeah.
Just the charger. They had to dig to like the intersection, reconfigure the power grid.
Yeah. You need transformers
the transformers to get the power to this charging station.
Yeah.
The charging station produces so much heat that if you stand there and look at it, you can see heat waves like flowing out of it, right? Plug in the car, 20 minutes, fully charged. So you get like the full thing. I asked, like, how often do people use this? He's like, nobody uses it.
Yeah. Well, because it kills the battery.
It kills the battery because it's like your phone. If you don't let your phone go all the way down and then slowly bring it all the way back up, if you just do like that fast charger every time, it kills like
it kills the cells in the battery.
The cells in the battery.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that being said,
you also have to, the other thing too is you're supposed to condition the battery before you plug it into that.
Yeah, because
there's a system in the car that'll condition it to be ready to accept the fast charge.
So we're not ready for electric cars. I understand everyone's like, hey, the worth.
I put a level 2 charger at my house.
What's that?
I have a level 2 charger at my house.
The earth is warming.
It does like 20 miles an hour.
Stay off
basically.
the private jets. All right. All the rich people that are claiming.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah. The amount of miles that you guys, let's go to the, what is it? The world, like that world forum that they have for like the earth.
Oh.
And everybody flies there on a private jet.
Yeah. What the hell's the name of it? I know what you're talking about though.
It's like, okay, let's be realistic here.
All right. Let's do this. Let's do an early roster predictions of who's going to get cut.
Oh man. I'm not ready for this.
I'll
say one.
I'll read them to you. For a quarterback.
Oh, I already know the quarterback.
You're going to keep 3. So you got Brissett, Maye, Milton, and Zappy. Who are you cutting?
Zappy's gone.
Yeah, cut Zappy. Running backs, you got to keep 4. Ramondre Stevenson, Antonio Gibson, Kevin Harris, Deshaun Fenwick, Jamal Hasties, and Terrell Jennings. We're keeping Ramondre, you're keeping Gibson.
Yeah, so you got those two.
And you're keeping Harris because you drafted him.
The rest, this is where the preseason is great, folks. So you can watch a competition and guys play their ass off.
This will be the test, is the wide receiver. All right, you have Bourne, Douglas, Polk, Baker, Osborne, Juju, Luther, Kawan Baker, Tyquan Thornton, Kayshawn Booty, and Jalen Rieger. And you got to cut. You're going to keep 6 of them.
So the drafted guys are here.
Polk and Baker are here.
Drafted guys are here.
You just signed Osborne, so he's here.
Osborne's here.
You just signed Bourne, so he's
Bourne's here.
Douglas is definitely here.
Douglas is here.
So that's your 5. That's 5. So you keep 1 out of Juju, Luther, Kawan Baker, Tyquan Thornton, Kayshawn Booty, Jalen Rieger. You're going to keep 1 of them.
You got to... I personally couldn't tell you which one's going to stay.
I think it's Juju with his contract.
But isn't that So if you have a contract in place that keeps you on a roster, even though you don't deserve that roster spot, that's not the way to build a win. Like, that's not the right way to win.
To keep a player because of their contract?
Yeah.
Well, it just depends, because if you cut them, sometimes their cap hits skyrocket.
I understand that, but I don't care
you might not
who
have the
you
money
are,
to do it, though.
where you're drafted, what your contract status is. If you can't help us win, you don't deserve to be here.
But of the rest of the guys, though, isn't he still the better one of them all?
Juju? He can't even run.
Out of TJ Luther, Kawan Baker, Tyquan Thornton, Kayshawn Boutte, and Jalen Rieger?
I think it depends on what they look like. Like, if he's hurt and he's not.
You've seen.
So say he doesn't practice.
You've seen Tyquan Thornton. You've seen Boutte. Boutte has obviously his other shit he's got going on.
So say Juju doesn't practice and doesn't do anything in training.
He's been at OTAs.
I know, but I'm saying, what if he's hobbled and it's like, I can't.
Yeah, then you got.
So then what do? You
got to cut him. Yeah. It's a tough one.
If you're Juju, or if you're one of his agent and you're like, yo, like, you're going to get guaranteed, what, $7 million?
Yeah.
If
when he hurts.
Yeah. You're in a win-win situation. You have control. Most guys don't have control, in their situations.
I'll leave it there because the rest of it gets like way too extensive, like the rest of the positions. I did like that kid Jaheim Bell, though, they got from Florida State, the tight end. He looks really good.
Yep. Yeah. I like
strong, fast. He's that move tight end.
The only thing that I wish, well, we'll see with like Keon White, like if he can take a step forward in like the pass rush department.
Yeah, if he can, that
would be huge.
So Judon hasn't been at OTAs.
I know, he's probably looking for a new contract.
He only makes like $6 million this year or something like that.
Yeah, but he's 32 years old. You're going to pay a 33-year-old player $20 million a year?
You don't think they'll sign him to an extension? Like 3-year 30?
Not for
3-year 40?
After an injury and at 32 years old?
It's a whole different way of doing business there now, though. It's about like happiness and come together. It's like
so. Here's my question.
Like Massachusetts.
Here's my question: who deserves more money? Who do you think would deserve more money based on what they've done here? David Andrews or Juju or Judon?
It's obviously Andrews.
Yeah.
But
so they
signed Andrews.
They give David a bump, a deserved bump. Now David's an older player, played a lot, has dealt with injury, is dealing.
Well, he's dealt with injury, but I don't think he's really missed many games, though.
No, he missed that 1 year, the full year. Blood clots. Remember,
was he out the whole year, though?
He was out the whole year.
Okay.
He missed the whole year.
Yeah.
So, my philosophy on an older player would be, if you're durable in the previous couple years, and you've played at a high level and a high amount of snaps, I'd be more inclined to giving you a big bump. When you start to have, I've just seen when you start to have little issues, it kind of like starts to happen, snowballs.
But Judon's played, I think, almost every game except for that last year.
Yeah, I'm talking snaps though. I'm talking like how many snaps, what's your percentage on the field stuff. I think he was maybe 70%. I don't know what his.
You're probably 60-70%.
Yeah. Like I know, and a bicep tear isn't crazy. It's not like a lower leg injury. It's not a knee, it's not an ankle, it's not a hip.
But it seems like, don't you keep tearing your bicep though usually?
No, I mean, if you have a good surgeon.
Didn't Hightower tear it multiple times?
No.
Or was it Mayo that tore it multiple times?
But Mayo didn't tear the same thing. He tore his pec.
I tore his pec.
Then he tore his.
I think Hightower's pec too.
No, High didn't tear his pec.
Well, he tore something.
Pretty healthy.
No, he tore his either bicep
his hamstring
or
or something.
No, there was a.
I don't think he missed. No, High didn't miss a year.
Yeah, he did.
Did he?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I'm almost positive he did.
I don't think High got hurt.
Hey guys, wanted to show you one of our new sponsors, Cliffstone Corporation. It was established in 2019, servicing the greater Boston and Northeast region. They specialize in full hardscape, landscape design, and build projects, which include full back and front yard renovations. With their highly skilled team, they have over 40 years of experience. They have built some magnificent outdoor living spaces, which include custom stone patios, kitchens, fireplaces, seat walls, stairs, and beyond. You have to check out cliffstonecorp.com and learn more.
Mayo had a quad and then a pec. which sucked. 6
You
games.
don't remember? It was
6 games and 6 games.
Brady's last playoff game. Hightower opened the door for them coming out, I think, in the playoffs because he was hurt that year. Yeah, he tore his pec.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
And he had surgery?
So
I guess I don't
he
remember.
tore his labrum in his shoulder in 2014. He missed 2 late season games, but returned in time for the postseason and the Super Bowl. Meniscus tear.
I don't remember Hightower missing, like being
Missed
on
2
IR
games
for a regular season. The only season I think he missed was this, like the COVID year.
He tore his ACL
Not in the pros.
in 2009.
Yeah, that was in college.
Was it?
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
he was drafted in 10.
right here. Chest pectoral tear grade 3, 2017. Landed him on IR.
Huh.
He had a partial torn pec before the injury that season, which he failed a physical for it. I think that wasn't that the year that he was going to go sign with Pittsburgh and failed the physical?
Yeah, it could have been.
Yeah. And then he had an AC shoulder joint
The
sprain.
crazy thing is Hightower is 34 years old right now.
And he could still go out there and play.
He's 34.
And he hasn't played in like 3 years.
Judon's 33.
But, yeah.
Is Judon 33?
No, I think so. 32 maybe.
Is he 30? So if he's only 2 years. I don't know.
Judon's 31.
He's 31?
He maybe turns 32 this year. Hightower's 34.
August. He'll be 32 in August.
Yeah, but Hightower hasn't played, in 3 years?
Yeah. He retired young.
He retired right after COVID. He didn't play the COVID season.
Yeah. And then he came back the next year.
Did he come back though?
Yeah.
Okay. And then he hung it up after that. Yeah, so he hasn't played. This will be his 3rd year out of the league, which is crazy at his age. Do you think that Hightower and Slater will bring another level to the team this year from the other side? Coaching?
I think Slate, having played with a lot of the guys that are on the team, he has the respect of everybody in that building, and I think it's more so an extra set of eyes on evaluating talent. You know, especially Hightower being somebody that Mayo probably trusts a lot in a sense of, you know, what do you think of this guy? What do you think of that guy? How does this guy move? How does that guy, you know, what do you think this guy's going to do in certain situations? It's really difficult for a guy to 100%, like, say you're a coach and you walk into a situation where you have, you know, evaluators that you really don't know, right? Giving you information on your roster that you're going to have to make decisions on. So I think the whole Slater thing, I think Hightower, those additions were for Mayo to feel more confident, like, okay, like at least these guys, like I know I can bounce some things off of them and I really trust what they're telling me.
So does that say though he doesn't have that? Because supposedly Mayo made the hires, especially on the offensive side of the ball, right?
Well, I think the offensive side, there were some limitations on availability based on the guys that were gonna either stay or wanted to go somewhere else. Like,
yeah, but he hired all the new guys though.
Yeah, I know, but there was how many offensive coordinators were interviewed, right? Like
7 or 8.
7 or 8, and there were some that were like, okay.
Well, I think they made offers to like 3 or 4 people that turned them down, and like this was like their 5th offer.
I think
this wasn't their first choice.
If I was coaching, I would just want to be a defensive guy. Like, I wouldn't want to have to deal with the offensive side of things. I mean, I really wouldn't know what a great offensive system sounds like or would look like, you know?
Well, it's different.
I'm just strictly a defensive guy.
But defense is different. You're in a base defense, and then you're basically, there's not really a play call in a sense, right? You're just putting the base defense out there, and it's up to the players to make the decisions.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Pretty much.
You got to come up with the schemes against what the offense is showing you.
But then the defensive players have a lot more latitude, especially like in the backfield to figure things out. In offense, it's just you might have an option route, but I mean every piece of the offense is being called.
Offensively, you have like West Coast style. You have
but you have a full play design though. Like every player has a certain thing to do.
Yes, but offensive coordinators have a style to them based on who they came up with. Like if you are a West Coast system, or if you're a check with me system, or if you're a run pass RPO type system, if you're a guy that just wants to take more shots, that's kind of what you've been around in your coming up in the league, right? So that's why you have all these, this is a McVay guy, or this is a McDaniel's descendant, right?
Yeah. But what I'm saying though is on defense, like you're a pass rusher, right? It doesn't just say like you're gonna stunt on this pass rush here.
Yeah, it does.
Not all the time.
All the time.
No. Yeah. There's not any more in the NFL. You see these guys freelance all the time.
Damn, not here, dude. Every one of our stunts
but you're not here
called
anymore though. You're not here anymore.
All I know is it's very similar to
no.
There's a lot of stunts. There's a lot of pass rush calls. There's, me games, you games, loop stunts, grab me's, colds. All that stuff depends on where the back.
So you're saying the defense is going to be the same exact as what it was when Belichick was here?
No, I'm going to say that the defense is still going to be smart to take. So, like, for example, if I'm a pass rusher and the back is to me and the slide is away, I'm sure as hell not going to run a U game into the slide and have a guard fucking clean my head off. Like, I'm going to call off the stunt. We're going to have a stunt called. All right, we're going to rush the back, or we're going to rush away from the back, or we're going to rhino lizard.
But that's the thing is you have the ability to call something off, correct?
If the look doesn't look
that's
right.
what I mean. But the offensive side, the only person that can do that is the quarterback, though.
That takes years of understanding what is going on. Like when I was young and first year, it was like, I better run what I'm told. Yeah. But some defenses, if you look at like the old Seattle defense, they were just pin their ears back, get upfield. Like the D-line had no obligation to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Those are shitty defenses too. Like depending on what you have for personnel, if you have really athletic guys and they're not too bright, just hit your head on the freaking quarterback. Try and just get up the field. Try and get to the ball. If you have guys that are smart and you can play certain scheme, you got to play scheme to what the offense is showing you. If it's 2x2 and you're in cover 2, well, you're sure as hell better jam number 2. Make sure you don't get a direct release up on your safety. Like you have to have alerts. That's why I think the Patriots defensively are going to be great. They're going to be fine because you got Mayo as the head guy. You got DC, who is very good at understanding what the last few years with Bill has looked like. Like that defense is going to be similar to what they ran with Bill.
I think there's going to be a lot more freelancing in that, though.
I don't know.
Because that's your culture you're building, though.
No.
Yeah, everybody's their own individual person.
You don't want freelancers.
I know, but that's what you're building as a culture, though.
No, you want an open door policy culture. You want guys to feel like they can go and speak to the head coach and not be nervous. They can go talk to Mayo about whatever issues they have. You can talk about, hey, or you can say, I'm not unless I have a new contract. Before, if you didn't have a new contract and you weren't showing up, best of luck. Like it's different.
It's been different that way the last few years though.
Well, because Bills was trying to change that a little bit. That's why last year Judon was
held out and then
exactly
got paid.
Stuff that wasn't normal. Yeah. Didn't happen regularly. And that started to become a little bit different in the last couple of years because the players have changed. So you kind of have to change with the players.
So you don't think the defense is going to change at all, really? You won't see that much of a change in the defense.
I think it'll be similar to what it was, scheme-wise.
I don't know.
I do. I think so.
What about the offensive side of the ball? Completely different?
I mean, it has to be. Doesn't it have to be? I think there's no choice in the offense. You have to change what you were doing.
Got to.
It was not working.
Got to.
And I think so for me as a defender, I want to see an offensive coordinator. If I was an OC, and I know this probably doesn't make sense, when I saw the OC. What the hell? I'm having a brain fart.
Van Pelt?
Van Pelt. When I saw Van Pelt, I said, hey, first play of the game, freaking take a shot. He started laughing.
When?
First play of the game.
For like the upcoming year?
Take a shot. I want to see you just drop back, throw a bomb on the first play. See what happens. Nobody does that.
But what are you going to do when that happens and they throw a pick?
That would be bad. He started laughing because he was probably like, yeah, this idiot defender. Like, offenses have a certain style to them, like P&10, drive starter, direct run, okay, like boot, misdirection. Nobody just first play of the game takes a freaking shot at the end zone. Nobody. See if them safeties are warmed up. You got your hamstrings ready? Bang.
Yep. And then it'll be a pick, and they'll be looking for Rob Ninkovich.
I said it. Put it on me.
Who's throwing the pick, though? Brissett?
Brissett, yeah. He's throwing a touchdown. First play of the game. If that happens, you guys are going to be like, wow, Ninko's smart.
They'd be on a record pace, especially compared to the last couple of years.
It would be. First play touchdown.
So you're still in the court of Brissett starting week 1.
I think so.
Even if Drake May completely outplays him.
You have to protect your investment. You have
also
to protect your investment.
You got to let your investment work, though, too.
I think protect the investment. Make sure that you don't put them out there too soon. You don't want to. You don't want to put him in a situation where, number one, your offensive line isn't great, and then, having confidence goes a long way. The guy's probably flying high right now. Just got a check for $23 million. Just got his bonus. Dude's got a millionaire now.
And he's
flying high.
So he's the last one to practice every day.
Yeah, he's probably studying the playbook.
No, he's there working with the rookie receivers. He's still working. What?
Of course he is. He's trying to get
a good thing, though.
Going.
That's a good thing, though, isn't it?
That's great.
All right, and then back to other Boston sports. Your Bruins kind of shit the bed.
Blew it. The Bruins lacked to me this year, and that's why they went and got Lucic. That shit happened. It sucked. It took them out of here. But they were lacking toughness. They were lacking a physical presence. I think you saw that.
They lack coaching.
They lack toughness, man. They were getting pushed around. They were getting out hit, out tough. I mean, and it caught up with them. And I feel like the Florida Panthers, they knew it. They're like, we're gonna hit the shit.
They
out
did
of this
last
team.
year too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
they're gonna Sean Thornton your ass.
They did last year. Beat the shit out of them.
Beat the shit out of you. Wear you down. It's gonna get to you.
Yeah.
So they came up short again. It sucks because you have such a great season and there was such high hopes.
Yeah.
And you see it every time in hockey.
More hopes last year, though.
When you watch hockey in the regular season, things are just kind of like great for a very finesse athletic team.
Yeah.
And then you get into the playoffs and everything jumps up and the intensity jumps up.
Same thing. It's like that in all sports, though. The playoffs are a whole different game than the regular season.
What do you think of this basketball series right now? What do you think of the Mavs?
They're going to get killed by the Celtics.
The Mavericks are going to get killed?
Yeah.
When they talk about this whole like Luka, Kyrie, like the best in the history, like doesn't that not make, like, to me, it doesn't make sense to me. To me,
they both can't
look
play
at that
defense.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they're both way too dependent on the shot, going in. I mean, they're good players, not like
very good players.
But you're going to go against a team that can score and play defense.
How do you think the Garden's going to welcome Kyrie?
Have you seen the one since he's left? Like, it's just fucking nonstop.
No, well, this is a little bit different.
It's going to be a whole different level.
This is going to be the next step.
The thing with the Celtics too, don't forget, they're going to get back. They're getting back their 20-point plus scorer, one of the best defenders, best rim protectors in the NBA.
Oh yeah,
they get him back.
He's going to be back.
Yeah.
Do you ever worry about when a guy comes back? Because I'm not a basketball. I've never played in that type, like 5-on-5 type stuff. Ninko's a meathead. Do you ever worry about like that messing up the rotation?
No.
He's
been there all year.
Like, they'll just be back. They'll be better.
Yeah, it's just they have
like,
such
will he need any?
The thing is, they have such a deep team that when somebody goes out, like, they just got People forget Drew Holiday.
Play less when he
Horford.
Yeah,
but Horford also is playing more minutes than he should be.
Horford's been hitting like 3-pointers.
He has his games, and then he has games that he doesn't shoot well. He's also old. Like, he can't play 35 minutes a game anymore. He's good for like 15 to 20 minutes. You get the rest of the time to Porzingis. But the thing is, they're just so good.
Porzingis looks just as old as Horford, though.
No, he doesn't.
When he moves,
it's because he's like 7'4".
He looks like,
because human beings aren't supposed to be that big. Oh boy,
we lost our Cliffstone sign.
We'll get that one fixed. Humans aren't supposed to be that big. Like, he can hit a three. He can drive on you. He switches very well on pick and roll.
If he comes back and sucks, take his ass out. He better not.
But the thing is, though, even if he's not great offensively, you need him defensively. They're just such a good team that it can be any, like, you have your guards can guard centers, right? Drew Holiday and White, they can guard centers on other teams.
I like Holiday's game.
But Holiday, right, he's been a 20+ point scorer his entire career, and this year he is not scoring that much. But then when Porzingis goes out, his scoring goes up because there's more opportunity for him, but he's taking it as he needs it. They're just such a complete and deep team that
if Dallas would have swept and won this last game, do they change anything about the series dates, or that's already set?
They're already set.
Oh, that's already okay.
Yeah.
So they're just right now.
So it's nice if Minnesota can win another game or two.
It pushes
it back. It's Thursday.
Gives them more time.
I think it's a week from today
and then they'd be less rested, right?
Yeah, week from today I think is the finals.
Finals
is the start. So, I mean,
I got to try and go to a game. I bet you're
gonna be able to get in.
Yeah.
Right. Who?
I don't know. Somebody.
Try to
hit up some friends.
Yeah.
You go to a game like that?
Yeah, I usually do. It's awesome to go to, like, basketball games.
So
are awesome
I went to the Cleveland game, one of the Cleveland games. It was good. It was a good environment.
It's awesome to go to basketball games, especially when you have like floor seats stuff, because you're so close to the damn game.
Yeah,
you're almost in it, right? Like, if you put your foot out, you're exactly where they play. And the pace of basketball is awesome, right? Because it's nonstop action.
The playoffs,
even regular season, it's just nonstop.
They're not.
It just, the only thing that stinks in the regular season when you have a really good team like the Celtics, and like the last 10 minutes you have the benches.
They're bringing everybody else out.
That's the only thing that stinks with it. But playoffs are a whole different level.
How about your Red Sox?
They're battling. They've had a ton of major injuries, but they're still in the hunt for a wild card right now, which nobody expected them to be. Nobody.
I was pissed off that they didn't make any moves.
I'm very pissed off they made, because if they actually made moves, they'd probably be
battling for first place. This week coming up?
Yeah, Friday.
I got to take the kids to one of the games.
It's awesome. I love games. And then I think today is the Red Sox Hall of Fame class inductions, which is a good class this year. You got Trot Nixon, Jonathan Papelbon, and my all-time favorite, Dustin Pedroia, all going to the Red Sox Hall of Fame today.
I like Dustin. Good guy.
They're all gamers. All three of those guys were just like, they were all part of that.
Is he still local, Pedroia? He's still local? Where's he from?
Arizona.
You
ever hear the story with him when he was in college?
No.
Supposedly, if I remember it correctly, he had a full ride to Arizona State. And it was a kid that was getting kicked off the team, or he had to was leaving the team because he didn't have money. He didn't get a scholarship to play. And supposedly, Pedroia gave him his scholarship so he could stay.
It's a good guy.
Pedroia was just like, he was just a gamer. Like,
he was a freak, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's like 5'7" and, was a professional athlete and just great.
Anybody that plays in the infield, your eye hand has to be,
especially middle infield,
unbelievable.
Yeah, you have to. You can't. You're not looking at the ball.
No, it's just like you
and you gotta get it out so quick.
Insane.
Yeah.
As far as line drives, I played my buddy Phil's a state trooper. He goes, "Hey, you want to play in this like men's softball league?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll play in the softball league." I play in a wood bat. I go there for the game just to fill in.
You bring a wood bat?
No, I play in a wood bat league.
Oh, okay.
So I go to this game, and they're playing with aluminum bats.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "You guys are hitting with aluminum bats?" Like, yeah. So they throw me on third base.
That's a tough one to be at, though.
Dude, I had like 5 shots to me, and the ball was sizzling.
Yeah.
Freaking almost smashed my face. I said, "Yo, put me in the outfield. I'm not playing third base."
Imagine pitching. By most pitchers have to wear all the gear and everything.
Jesus. Like, no way.
I play second in
wood bat, though, right?
No.
Metal?
Yeah, composite, metal.
Freaking coming
We
off
do
the
it,
bat.
though. You have to use community bat. Like, the league buys a bunch of bats, and you have to use those. You can't just bring your own because people would bring, like, rolled bats and stuff like that with even more pop to them.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
The pop coming off an aluminum bat.
Yeah, I play second. But people don't realize, like, middle infielders, especially in baseball, they never like, really catch the ball, right? Like, everybody thinks, you're basically letting the ball hit you, like, in these two fingers in your glove because you need it to transfer out.
Yeah.
So you never actually really catch the ball.
Well, their mitts are tiny, too. They're not like...
Yeah, 11.5 inches probably middle
small
infield.
mitt.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's because you don't want the ball getting deep, because if it gets deep, you got to get your hand into the glove, ball out, throw. It just takes too long. So... baseball is a tough sport. Baseball is actually one of the hardest sports.
I would love to get in the batter's box and see like 100. Just see what it like. You're not even seeing it.
They have a thing. It's called Win Reality now. It's on the Oculus thing you put on, and there's a piece that goes on a regular bat, and you can get up and face pitching.
Really?
Yeah, and the 100-mile, like it's fucking nuts.
So, but a buddy of mine, Chris Sinetta, played for like 14 years, Diamondbacks, Blue Jays. But I was asking him, like, how do you hit 100? And he was a catcher. He's like, you see it hit at the top of the hand, you see the ball, and then you either commit or
you have to see the release. You're really judging
it's
the
like
release.
where the ball comes out of the hand, you commit to swinging, and if you don't, you're too late.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
What's even harder to hit, though, is girls' fast pitch softball.
Underhand.
Well, because baseball is 60.
The angle of it, right?
Baseball 60 plus feet away.
Yeah.
Softball, you're 43 feet.
Yeah, that's wild.
And
didn't they have one of those girls pitch to
like Albert Pujols and just
he took him yard though, I think.
No, he struck out.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he looked bad. Because they throw a thing called a rise ball, like the faster pitchers. They go up to like 75, and it'll go like kind of like this, like right when it gets to you, it goes up.
No thanks.
And it's like 7. They can throw. You got kids now, like in Division I college, that throw like upper 70s from 43 feet.
Now, do underhand pitchers have the same issues as overhand, like elbow stuff, or no? Because
you actually have a lot more knee problems.
Oh, because they're
like leaping forward and they're landing on that knee.
Yeah.
So the number one pitcher this year in college softball, like maybe like her third game of the year, went and pitched and just I think she tore everything.
That sucks.
Because they're landing. I mean, they're throwing.
Yeah, they're like.
The thing too is like in baseball, a starter throws like 90 to 100 pitchers. In softball, they'll put those kids out there at 200 pitches a day, like every day.
Yeah, that seems like
because they think that there is less stress on your shoulder because it's a more natural movement under, but there still is stress on all the other body parts.
Yeah,
like anything you do that's athletic has stress on a body part.
Tell me about it.
I mean, even a kicker.
Like, yeah, no, I mean Gostkowski, bone on bone in his left knee, plant leg.
Yeah, because he's just always constantly
hip problem.
Yeah.
Bone on bone on his hip. Yeah. Because you think every time he ever kicked the football, he was planting into the ground.
And then whipping everything through.
And the force that it takes to kick off a football on a kickoff, it's pretty damn hard. You swing as hard as you can every time.
Yeah. Well, people think it's like an easy thing and all that.
No.
That's freaking hard.
That's why I told Steve, I said, Steve, just back it up. Like, you hit it like 70%. He's like, I can't. Like, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, he couldn't kick the ball unless it was 100%.
Yeah.
Every field goal, every kickoff.
It's his motion.
It's his motion.
Yeah.
It's just like this.
Like
how
golf.
I have to do
That's
it.
why like you used to have different clubs. It's not like you just have one club, right? And you're just slowing down the swing. He would always explain to me,
I have to do it this exact way every time, or else I miss hit.
Yeah.
Which is kind of wild.
Yeah.
Well, is that a 130 episode?
What do you mean?
Episode 130.
130. I think that is it.
I think it is.
Yeah. And a special thanks. We got a new sponsor. Joe's Butcher Shop down by you in Foxborough.
Joe's Butcher Shop in Foxborough is a great spot to get all your prime cut meat, and they have. I went there and I got a stuffed. It was basically like a stuffed roast. It was unbelievable. So it was a roast, and then they cut it open, and then they stuffed it with all different kind of good stuff.
Like what?
And wrapped it like vegetables, spices. It was awesome. So then when I cooked it, it was all steamed on the inside.
You're a big dad now, like on the the lawn care,
big dad guy.
Deck.
Do a lot of outdoor work, flowers.
Get off my lawn.
Flowers, landscaping, lawn, the whole thing.
Yeah, you get a whole new pool deck.
If you need any of that,
yeah, we got Cliffstone
you gotta go to Cliffstone because they can do all that stuff for you.
I know. You're gonna be doing patios, all that. I mean, it's the weather's here for it, right?
That's right.
I mean, you're outside landscaping meticulously, like cutting the grass with scissors. You do that yet?
No, but I should send this to TJ this morning. I had a little incident. I have a pile of mulch in the front driveway. And I told myself before I left, I said, make sure I don't do this.
Was that you?
Oh, yeah, that's me.
With whose car? Paige's
car.
Escalade?
Yeah.
You fucking ran the whole thing. Like, it was right in front of you.
I know.
What'd you do when you hit it?
I said, oh, shit, that's the pile of mulch. I'm just going to keep going. So
you're going to blame it on Paige later?
I basically just plowed the mulch throughout the driveway, so it's okay.
So what are you going to do with the mulch now?
I scooped it all up, put it back.
Yeah, but what, are you putting it down now?
I'm putting it in the back, yeah. So
you're going to be opening your own landscaping business soon?
Ninko's Landscape?
Yeah.
Might possibly do that.
Look at this. Look at your tire got stuck.
I know. All right. Well, listen, we all make mistakes, okay?
Did you see your tire? Go back and do it again. Watch the front left tire.
Listen, we all make mistakes. How about I sent this to my family this morning? They all thought it was Paige, okay? And I had to own up and say, no, that was me. And then once I did it, I was sitting there like, shit.
You have the green little crosswalk guy?
I do. Yeah, because people go way too fast. I put that guy in the middle of the street.
Oh, really?
And they have to drive around it. Like, because people go way too fast on my street, and I scream at them. So
you sit out front?
Oh, yeah.
Slow down.
I'll put a chair by the street.
Slow down.
And I'll do this. One time You're done.
All right. Yeah, it's a wrap on 130.
That in as a highlight.
That's a great one there.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We'll see you guys soon. Check us out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Subscribe to YouTube, and we'll see you guys soon.
See you guys. Take care.